My name is Jessica. I've been married to my husband, Michael, for 11 years. Since getting married, I've been a full-time housewife, raising our 2 boys. Michael works in the construction industry, often leaving early in the morning and returning home late. There have been many days when he's been absent even on his days off due to work not being completed on time. As a result, I've mostly been handling childcare alone. Our 2 sons are 9 and 8 years old, at that mischievous age. Being boys, they're full of energy, and mediating their fights has been quite a task. One day, finally, after putting the boys to bed, Michael returned home. "You're late again today." "Welcome back," I said, as usual, starting to prepare dinner for him. Usually, he would come straight to the dining table, but today he didn't. Curious, I looked at him, only to find him bowing his head towards me. A sense of unease washed over me, but I kept calm and asked, "What's wrong all of a sudden?" He didn't raise his head but continued to look down as he said to me,
"Jessica, I'm sorry. My affair partner is pregnant. So, would you consider divorcing me?"
My unpleasant premonition seemed to have come true. I had been feeling a bit uneasy about his recent behavior, suspecting he might be having an affair. But I never imagined his affair partner would be pregnant. Shocked by this revelation, I asked, "How can you just drop this bombshell? What about our sons? They're still in elementary school. How do you plan to explain this to them?" I waited for his response, but he remained silent, still looking down. Realizing it was pointless to continue the conversation, I decided it was too late for this discussion. "Let's talk about this tomorrow," I said, conveying my decision, and went to bed promptly. The next day, it was a holiday, and the kids were off from school. After making sure the children were playing outside, I approached my husband. "About yesterday, getting someone pregnant means you've been cheating, right?"
"I'm truly sorry. I know I've done wrong. But now that she's pregnant, I think we should stay married. You're strong and you can handle the boys even without me, right? You're a housewife now, but I believe you can still raise our sons well even if you work."
"You're saying whatever suits you. Do you think I'll just agree to a divorce right away? I won't allow you to divorce me and remarry just to seek happiness for yourself," I retorted. It seemed my husband had expected me to readily agree to a divorce, and my refusal surprised him. He kept saying he was sorry, but his actions didn't reflect it, which angered me further. And what infuriated me the most was the situation with our sons. Our eldest son isn't my biological child, he's my sister-in-law's son. My sister-in-law got divorced 5 years ago and was raising her child alone. However, fearing it might hinder her chances of remarriage, she pushed the responsibility onto me. Initially, I objected, but my husband and mother-in-law didn't scold my sister-in-law. Instead, they said it was just right and I ended up raising him. James, the eldest son, was 4 years old at the time, and he was already aware of things and remembered his mom well. However, when he suddenly learned that I was going to be his mom, he became very turbulent.
"You're not my mom. Where's my real mom? Bring her back."
He would say mean things to me every day. Even at the age of 4, whenever I got upset, he would go to my in-laws' house without permission. We were living separately within the same compound as my in-laws, so it only took him a few seconds to get there, but it wasn't good for him to go there without telling me. Every time he went to my in-laws' house, I would get scolded by my mother-in-law. and he would laugh happily as he watched me being scolded. Despite this situation, I treated both sons equally, thinking that over time, he would come to love me. But it didn't turn out that way. He still seems to dislike me. Gradually, his hostility was directed not only at me but also at his younger brother.
Your mom is bad. She got rid of my real mom. The child of such a person can't play with toys.
He would say things like this and take toys away from his younger brother. Despite buying the same things, he would want his younger brother's toys and take them away. In response, my husband wouldn't scold him at all but would just watch TV. He would selfishly get angry at the children, saying,
"It's too loud. You can't hear me on the TV."
Of course, I understood that he was busy with work, but I had always thought that he could take a little time to look after them. There was no way I could continue raising both James and David in this situation. So, I told him that if we were to divorce, I would take only David with me. If we divorce, I'll take David with me. After all, James is your sister's child, isn't he? If we divorce, he won't have anything to do with me.
Is that necessary? We've been living together for 5 years, and James is very attached to you. Plus, are you going to separate close brothers?
Is he attached to me? Are our sons close? Are you serious? I was truly fed up with Michael, who seemed to have no understanding of our family situation. What did he see to claim that James was attached to me? While not everything was James's fault, there were arguments every day. Even though he's still strong, I doubt I can meditate when he grows up. Anyway, if we divorce, I'll take David with me. I'll let you have James. And we'll offset the child support.
Okay.
With that settled, all that was left was to claim compensation from Michael and his affair partner. The next day, after seeing the children at school, I immediately decided to consult a lawyer. During the discussion with the lawyer, it was said that Michael admitted to cheating, and we could claim compensation. I went home, waiting for a call from the lawyer, and steadily prepared for the divorce. 2 weeks later, I received a call saying that evidence of the cheat had been gathered, and I arranged to meet with the lawyer. Although the investigation was conducted only twice, the evidence was quickly gathered. It seemed that James, Michael, and the affair partner had gone out together. In the discussion with Michael, James agreed to go with Michael, but I was surprised that he had arranged to meet with the affair partner without telling me. I had been thinking recently that he was working late because of overtime. I had a little suspicion, but I never thought he would continue cheating even after admitting to the affair. However, thanks to this, evidence was obtained, and I could divorce in a favorable situation. After discussing with the lawyer while looking at the evidence, we decided to send a certified letter to the affair partner. That night, I showed Michael the certified letter prepared by the lawyer. "We have solid evidence that you've been cheating. We also sent a certified letter to your affair partner. If you sign and pay compensation, I'll divorce you right away."
Really? It's been a while since we talked about divorce, and I've been worried about whether we can divorce after so long. Good. But what's this compensation? Why me? Even though I honestly told you about the affair, why did you gather evidence?
Because you cheated, Michael, so you're responsible for the divorce. It's only natural to pay compensation. It seemed he thought it was enough to admit to cheating. No matter how much I explained, it seemed he didn't understand at all. At this rate, explaining to him would be futile, so I decided to have the lawyer explain again later. A few days later, while doing my usual housework, I received a call from an unknown number. Thinking it was Michael's affair partner, I answered, only to find out it was my sister-in-law. "Hi Jessica, it's been a while." I called after hearing from James. "You guys are getting a divorce, right?" "Of course, you're taking James, aren't you?" "Hi, sister-in-law. Long time no see." "Huh? We haven't told the children yet, but did James tell you?" "Sorry, but after talking with Michael, he is going to live with Michael." "Oh, so that's why he was crying." "Jessica, I hate to say this, but isn't that terrible? I heard from Michael, but James and David are close, aren't they? Yet you're going to separate them?" I was frustrated by her selfish remarks, but more than that, I was angry at Michael for lying. "You're mistaken. James and David fight every day, so I can't say they get along. Anyway, if the boys already know about the divorce, I need to explain it properly, so I'll end the call now." "Wait." Ignoring whatever she was about to say, I hung up. Then I waited for the boys to come home. A few hours later, when the boys returned, I was about to explain, but James approached me first.
"Please, take me with you too."
"I see, you knew. But weren't you with Michael and her? You seem to be having fun. So what's the problem with going with him?"
"I don't like her. She's rude, and her things and clothes all smell weird. I feel sick when I'm with her."
"Weird smell? Could it be perfume?" There had been a sweet scent from Michael's clothes before, but I had heard it was from someone at work. Now that I think about it, it must have been the perfume of his affair partner. "But James, you're often mean to David, and they fight a lot. I can't keep meditating forever. Besides, I thought you didn't like me. Do you want to go with someone you hate instead of Michael?"
"I want to go with you, Mom. I regret what I've done, and I promise to be good. Please."
He appealed to me, tears streaming down his face. I felt happy that he called me Mom for the first time.
"Mom, please take him with us. We'll be good. Please."
With my son saying this much, I had no choice but to agree. I was anxious, but I was genuinely happy that we had spent 5 years together, and I had always hoped that James would eventually call me Mom. I immediately told the lawyer that I wanted to take both sons with me. The lawyer instructed us to discuss child support with Michael. Then I talked to him when he came home from work. "I'll take James with me after all."
What are you talking about now? I've already introduced them, so it would be awkward to change plans.
I told the lawyer about this. It might be a bit late, but James wants to come with me. He is 10 years old, so his wishes should be respected. Anyway, we'll discuss the compensation, including child support, the day after tomorrow with the lawyer, so please save your questions for then. And make sure to inform the affair partner properly. He seemed angry about James, but he didn't say anything in particular, and our conversation ended there. 2 days later, the day of the discussion arrived. Although we were supposed to go to the same place, Michael left first. He must be going to pick up the affair partner. After confirming that James and David had gone out to play, I headed to the office alone. When I arrived at the lawyer's office, as expected, Michael and the affair partner were already there, sitting on the couch with an atmosphere that resembled a married couple. It was the first time I saw the affair partner in person, besides in photos, and I was surprised to see that her belly was bigger than I imagined. It had only been about a month since I heard she was pregnant, but she looked like she could give birth in 2 or 3 months. I thought Michael must have been hiding it from me, but I decided to proceed with the conversation without worrying about it. As you can see from the certified letter, we will claim compensation from both of you for this affair. Also, since I will have custody of the children, Michael, I will ask for child support from you.
What's the certified letter? What do you mean by compensation? Why should I pay? I heard we were divorcing today and came here.
It seemed that she hadn't read the certified letter. Indeed, I felt something strange. Despite sending the certified letter, they didn't contact us, and their attitude didn't seem like they were expecting to be the ones asked for compensation today. You will pay compensation for cheating with Michael. Neither Michael nor she seemed to understand, but after the lawyer explained, they finally seemed to grasp the situation. They began to panic.
That's impossible. I can't afford it. I'm pregnant. I left my job because I'm getting married, and I have no savings.
That's right. There's no way we can afford compensation and child support. Hey, why not offset the child support for her child and the two of James and David?
Was he not realizing what an outrageous statement he was making? I never thought he would have such little understanding of divorce and compensation. Why should we offset child support for someone who isn't my child? That's irrelevant.
But if I have to pay compensation and child support, I won't be able to live. Even though I'm about to have a baby soon, I won't have any money to prepare.
That's not my concern. Anyway, please take responsibility for cheating. The lawyer took out documents regarding compensation and child support and showed them to both of them. Upon seeing the amount written on the documents, both of them were even more surprised and turned pale. Since we requested an amount higher than the market price, it was understandable that they were surprised.
We can't pay such an amount. If we have to pay this much every month, we won't be able to live.
If you don't agree to the compensation and child support, then we won't divorce. It seemed that the affair partner was more flustered than Michael. If we didn't divorce, the affair partner would be the one most inconvenienced. Another person, as if to add insult to injury, had arrived. Thinking that person would be here soon.
Excuse me.
Mom, what are you doing here?
Of course, I had explained everything to her about what Michael had done. At first, I had thought she was against me because she had asked me to raise James. She wasn't strong physically, and she judged that she couldn't raise boys by herself, so she asked me for help. My mother-in-law had been concerned about James and had come to help. Later, I realized that I had been scolded because she cared about James. She had always been strict and disliked dishonesty. Michael had never been able to stand up to his mom and had never gone through a rebellious phase, or so I heard. So I asked her for cooperation this time and had her come today.
Michael, what on earth have you done? It's only natural to pay compensation and child support. Don't argue with me. Do you realize what you've done?
Mom, please, not in front of her.
What did you say? Her. Stop fooling around. Don't ever cross our threshold again.
Under the pressure from my mother-in-law, both Michael and the affair partner completely shrunk. The affair partner started crying and apologizing.
I'm sorry. I'll pay the compensation and sign. So please let me go.
I promise I'll pay too.
Thanks to my mother-in-law's influence, we were able to get both of them to promise to pay compensation. Of course, he also agreed to pay child support. With this matter settled, we went to pick up the boys with my mother-in-law and went out to eat with James for the first time. After that, there were payments of compensation from Michael and the affair partner, but since the affair partner said she had no savings, it seemed that her parents had covered it. I heard rumors that the two got married, but they kept fighting over money, and he cheated again, leading to a quick divorce. Furthermore, she had to leave her baby with her parents to repay the advance, and she worked tirelessly from morning till night. Because of his two cheats, he lost the trust of his company and was transferred to a department where people who were being laid off were being pushed out. As a result, his salary decreased, and he was stuck. As for me, I adopted James through special adoption, and I feel like we've become a real parent and child. He has become a much better big brother than before, as he promised. He still lives in the house we used to live in, and we occasionally go out to eat with my mother-in-law. I want to continue living happily with my sons like this. What did you think of this story? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Well then, let's meet again in the next video. 2523